Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well.
Honestly, they were just outclassed in that one. We thought it would be a tough night for them, and it was.
Well, it's never fun when you're expected to lose a game. You just got to put it behind you, not carry it into the next one.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
That's a nice find by Trae Young.
Out to Bagley. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Outside Young. Outside Kuminga. He shoots. On the wing, Daniels. Young looking over the floor. Clock at 6. It's tipped. Tries again. Back to Kuminga. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here are the Hornets with the ball. Out to Bagley. Three-pointer. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Bagley's got 5 now.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And a deep 3 from Young. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Bagley. Excellent D there from Kuminga.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
The kick out to Young. Back to Kuminga. And the foul on Marvin Bagley. That's his first foul of the game. And here's Grant from the arc. Knocks down the long J.
Well, sometimes Grant's all-around ability goes unnoticed. Whether it's with his defense or his shooting, he can impact the game in so many ways.
Here's Kamare. Back to Ball. Pass to Miller. Here's LaFrentz. 6 to shoot. From outside, off the mark. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes. Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
Inside. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Quinn Snyder. I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player, and we can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Now here's Young. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Then Kuminga throws it down.
Yeah, you're not going to find too many floor generals better than Young.
And here's Charlotte now, following the score by Atlanta. Ball right side. Oh, he picked him clean. On the wing, Daniels. Pass to Okongwu. There's Young with the three. Miller pulls it in.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Now Bagley. "26 seconds left to play in the first. Fires the three. Miller can't get it to go. Atlanta leading by 4. Outside Young. Pass to Daniels. Back to Young. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Atlanta on top. They lead by 4. And we'll bring you the start of quarter. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Hawks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
Pass to Gay. Lets the three fly. Hornets trail by 4. Smith with it. Stand back in your early coaching days. What was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach. Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Oh, a good look. Charlotte, no good that time either.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Gay. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
The three, Smith sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
A dead-eye shooter. Nick Smith is great from three-point land. That might be his biggest asset to this team.
Now here's DiVincenzo, currently averaging 5 points a game.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And that one's good. Bold.
Yeah, you have to be so worried about Kennard's shot. That opens things up for others.
And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Here's Smith. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Kennard for 3. First shot won't go.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Vucevic has got his first 3 points of the game.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Bull down low. Launches it. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
DiVincenzo driving. Gay misses.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
The Hawks lead by 8. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade-plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards. And you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level. Back to DiVincenzo. Buries it from 3. DiVincenzo's got 6 points.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
DiVincenzo with the steal. Outside Johnson. Back to Grant. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Gay. From behind the arc. And the Hawks with another 3.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Some changes for Charlotte. 44 seconds left to play in the first half. Ball right side. A shot to stop the run. And Ball throws it down.
Wow. Did I just see that? I mean, LaMelo with the artful dribble.
Pass to Vucevic. Outside, DiVincenzo. Back to Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Yeah, just powerful stuff from Vucevic.
Isaiah Joe is going to pick up the foul here. That's his first foul.
Isaiah Joe. His first. Team second.
Pass to LaFrenz. Back to Miller. Just 3 on the clock. And so it's Atlanta. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And right away, Brandon Miller showed that he was a star in the making, Grant.
Yeah, he's a 3-level scorer, B.A. He's very fluid as a player, and he makes the game look so easy. He hasn't even grown into his body yet.
Pass to Daniels. The kick out to Young. Another 3 for Atlanta.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's LaFrenz. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Picked up by Okongwu. Outside Kuminga. Okongwu inside. Can't hit that one. Hornets trail by 15. The drive by Miller. Can't hit from in close. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. Pass to Kuminga. Back to Young. Okongwu with it. Clock at 6. The 3. Trae Young. That's good. Young's got 9 points.
Well, he's lights out when he has space. Trae Young, one of the best shooters in the league.
Here's LaFrenz. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Young. Here's Daniels. Pulls up. And the Hawks tack on 2 more.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
Fires for three. And the Hornets, another three.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Outside Young. On the wing, Daniels. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. He has 6.
Yeah, when he's locked in, Daniels can do real damage at the arc.
Out to Bagley. Pass the ball. Back to Bagley. The 3. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Outside Young. The 3 is up. Rebounded by Kamari. And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Here's a Kongu. Basket's good.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Smith inside. Here's Bull. The three-pointer off the mark. The Hawks lead by 11. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Gay. And he jams it home with authority.
Well, that's Trae Young's strength, working that pick and roll to perfection.
Here's Smith. Rebound, Trae Young. Rebounded by Winslow. Hornets trail by 13. Here's Salon. Missed inside. Outside Young. Back to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. 32. Here is DiVincenzo. Outside Joe. DiVincenzo on the wing. Pass to Gay. 6 to shoot. The Hawks need to get one up here. Three-pointer, no good. Hornets trail by 15. Smith with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. Here's LaFrenz. Miller on the wing. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. LaFrenz no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Picked by Vucevic. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
A nice shot by Smith.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Pass to Graham. The three ball. Knocks it down from distance.
I like the confident response from Jeremy Grant.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused.
Substitution on the court.
Hornets trail up by 17. Ball right side. Three-pointer. Charlotte again missing. And here's Kuminga for three. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
The defense was just nowhere to be found. And because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
And look at Ball take off. Love seeing him use his athleticism to slam it home.
For three, DiVincenzo. And it's LaFrentz with the rebound. Here's Charlotte. They trail by 18. Miller with it. Kuminga defends. Here's Kamare. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Kamare's gotten his first bucket of the night.
I like Miller's vision. I mean, he sees the court well and makes really good decisions with the ball.
Pass to Vucevic.
Hornets foul. Break the first. His first. Team first. Now to the line for your Hawks.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Just 5 to shoot on the wing. Grant. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Left side Bagley. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
Nice offense here. Close in. Great bet to go.
Now Vucevic. Outside Young. Pass to Kuminga. To the inside. Ball taking his time here. They swipe it. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. And here is Vucevic. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Ball no good. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Hawks.
Seemed like the sheer volume of three-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again. And it worked.
And this will get marked down as their 16th win of the year.
And that'll put a little extra meaning on their next game. No team wants to go 0 for 4 against an opponent, no matter who it is.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Trae Young.
Well, just a fantastic job of distributing the ball. When you're able to see the floor like that and take advantage of what the defense gives you, it's huge.
Kuminga with it. Guarded now by Ball. Lets it go from deep. Vucevic's shot is off. Oh, sweet move. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
His first. Team first.
Ball seeks out contact sometimes, which means defenses have to guard him very carefully.
And so Ball nails both of them. So we see the Hawks taking the W here. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And, of course, Anthony Davis. Many wonder how they'll do it without him. We'll find out.
Yeah, like a lot of people, I didn't see the trade coming. He was the team in many people's eyes. It'll be interesting to see how they evolve as a squad with him gone.
Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one. That's an athletic play by Shaw, putting in the sweat to beat the other guys back on the fast break.
And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Now here's Ball. And his scoring average impressive, putting up 17 a game. And Ball throws it down.
Always so much creativity to LaMelo's game. Terrific move off the bounce.
Pass to White. Let's go with a three. And the three-pointer goes.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
With the size he brings to the guard position, you love to see LaMelo assert himself down low.
Well, Doris, one thing about LaMelo Ball, not many true point guards walking around at 6'7".
BA, the length of a forward and yet one of the most prolific playmakers in the game today. That gives a coach a lot of versatility and options with one individual player.
And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage in his position, Greg?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning. Well, he saw the play coming together, but the timing was just a little off.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Minnesota again missing. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player, and we can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Miller's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
Pass to Adebayo. Outside Sharp. Just 5 to shoot. Spins. And no good. The dry spell continues. Here's the Friends. Back to Ball. 1:43 left to play in the first. Here's Miller. Off target from three-point range. The Timberwolves trail. They set the pick. And he lobs it up to the rim. Stolen by Sharp. To the middle. Where? And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group. Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Pass to Adebayo. Drops in the three.
Yeah, Adebayo getting it done from downtown.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. They trail by 3. Miller outside. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. Miller's got 7 points.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Outside Sharp. Pass to Ware. Oh, wow! And he goes in for the dunk.
Growing his passing game. Sharp knows being able to reliably create for others will really round out his skill set.
Here's Ball. Adebayo grabs the board. To the paint. Here's Ware. Ooh, good D by Bagley. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by... And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And they've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one. But you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
The Hornets are in the midst of a playoff drought. Their last appearance was 2015, Doris.
Yeah, B.A., that's the longest active streak in the league. Not something you love to be associated with. And listen, like other organizations, they've hit on some draft picks. They've missed on some draft picks. A lot of the problem has been injuries that have plagued this organization.
There's a screen by Bull. 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Man, misses. Here's Shannon. Pass to Smith. Three-pointer. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Charlotte trailing. Here's Mann. And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Doris, Trey Mann is an example of a semi-late bloomer in the NBA.
Yeah, NBA, that's not unusual for a player in his early 20s. Now he's been with a couple of different organizations. There's a versatility to how he contributes in the stat sheet. And a lot of times, especially for somebody of Trey Mann's skill set, it's about fit.
Fast break. Here come the Hornets. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. A nice shot by Smith.
You know, Smith came into the league as a capable and confident shooter off the catch.
For 3, Smith. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Diabate, no good. Here's Shannon. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Smith outside. Pass to Mann. Back to Smith. 19-footer. Bull grabs the board. Here's Charlotte. They host the Pistons after this one, and that's the first of just 2 home games for them. Diabate's shot is good.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Back to Henderson. Bull grabs the board. The Hornets with a lead. Fast break. Here come the Hornets.
His energy is unmatched.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Henderson outside. Pass to man. To the right side. On the wing man. Back to Nurkic. Outside man. Smith left side. 3 on the clock. The 3 is up. And no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Inside. And finished off by Bull.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams at crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number one, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hornets.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
There's 1:12 left in the first half. Tries it from the top of the key. Again, the miss by the Hornets. Timberwolves trail up by 4. Adebayo sets a screen. The 3, Smith. And it's Bagley with a rebound.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Pass to Miller. From behind the arc. Pure from 3-point range. Miller's got 10.
Oh, Brandon Miller showing off his range right there.
Smith outside. Fires from deep. And that one goes. 4 for 7 for him so far.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Sharp. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
And his athleticism is big for Sharp in the post. And he can finish with either hand as well. So he'll get a lot of points down low there in his career.
And here's Ball. He's got 6. And again, Charlotte with the triple. Now White. He got it up. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Charlotte on top. They lead by 5. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Charlotte leading by 5. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes. Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Back to White. Pass to Okogie. And the 3 off target.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
To the wing, right side. The friend. Drills it from deep. And the Hornets lead by 10.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
White with it. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Clock at 6. The three ball. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Here's Sharp. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
But Josh Okogie's ability to create offense for his team with his defensive ability on display right there.
Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference. Boy, as slow a start as you could have, just 1 for 4 from the field, they're struggling.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Brian, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie. Pass to Miller. Releases. Again, the miss by the Hornets.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Now Adebayo. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Adebayo's got his second bucket on the night.
You could tell his hustle inspires the entire squad. He really gets everyone so amped up.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Both teams will make substitutions. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers, yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Outside Bull. Here's Diabate. He's got 6. Ooh, they pick off the pass. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Adebayo from long range. Ware, that's good. Ware's got his third basket on the night right there.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Plenty of space. And that one's good. Ware's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, you see the vision from Henderson. Just a terrific facilitator.
Smith outside. Outside Winslow. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 6. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Next game against the Bulls at United Center. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Smith outside. Pass to Adebayo. Fires the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Adebayo's got 8.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team. The ability to knock down jumpers.
And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And Minnesota making a change here. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Right side man. Smith outside. They set the screen. And there's the lob. And stolen by Williams. Fast break, Minnesota. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Yeah, showing off the mobility there. At 6'10", Smith is a handful to contain on the drive.
And it's tied up with that one.
Boy, the missed free throw there, keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
For three, Smith. They get it back. The putback is no good. Here's Shannon. For the lead. Good on the bucket. He's got 13.
Since the break, it feels like an entirely new game.
What energy you're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
We're at the end of the... We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Now here's White. Oh, here's White on the drive. Adebayo from long range. For three. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Poked loose. And they're pushing it up. Pass to Ware. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Charlotte trailing. Smith with it. From deep. Outside Bagley. Just 5 on the clock. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
No debate there. He got hammered.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Ball left side. Miller outside. And here's Ball. Ball in the paint.
There is just such enthusiasm, such a love for the game with LaMelo. Shot after shot going down.
White on the wing. Three-pointer sharp. Miller pulls it in.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
They get it again. Second chance effort. The shot off that time.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
Okogie on the wing. Pass to Adebayo. Over Bagley.
Thank you.